Welcome to the Home Group Podcast, where we discuss everything addiction, recovery, mental health. I am Flip.
And I am Luke. Our generation of men, you're not allowed to have feelings.
We're going to talk about things that are uncomfortable, things that are scary, because when you talk about it, you take away its power.
The only thing that's going to keep me clean is me not wanting to be who I was then.
We was in the trenches, now look how we out here ballin'. Popped up in the max, now we flooring in the fall.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
Take two.
Oh
Take
no.
two. Take two. Hey, at least we're only 12 minutes in, dude.
Yeah.
Come on. You ready?
Where are we going from? From the jump?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Home Group Podcast. I am Flip. Clean date, April Fools, 2016.
And I'm Luke. Clean date, October 11th, 2017. Double guns for the second time. Let's go.
So, for those of you that don't know, Luke and I just recorded 12 minutes, and I forgot to hit the record button again. But you guys aren't surprised because we don't have our shit together.
Yeah. Hey, anybody on the chat, in the live chat, like, come on.
You guys are...
That was you.
Yeah. I mean, I know you guys, give us your precious dollars to, be a part of this, but, you gotta, do work.
That was you.
Yeah, you're supposed to tell us, is the camera recording? Are the mics on?
You're part of the team.
Are the lights on? Are you guys actually facing the right direction,
Oh, God.
So, we haven't done this in a while. We're not going to say episodes anymore because we don't even know what's going on.
Right. Correct.
We've been struggling. We've been struggling lately.
Struggle Jennings.
We have been struggling heavy lately.
Yeah.
Financially.
Yes.
Right? Which can snowball effect in other areas of your life.
Correct.
Right? And go ahead.
We're gonna...
I'll go if you want.
Okay, so I'm sorry for everybody in the live, but you're about to have to hear this
This
again.
is not deja vu.
So, I have never had to budget my money before, ever. And I know that that's something that grown people are supposed to do.
Wait. Time out. Why would you have to rent a car for your money?
No.
Because that's the only budget I know about.
I know.
The car rental place,
There's
right?
something else.
Other than the car rental place.
There's this weird thing that people are doing where they're writing down their bills, and I don't know, dude. Wanda's got me on I think it's some type of cult thing that she's got going on, her and her witchcraft friends and stuff. They're all writing their bills down, and then they're doing the due dates on the bills, and then they're tallying it all up, which is the strangest thing. And then they're subtracting that from their monthly income, and then whatever's left is what's left, and it helps them to I don't know, conjure demons or something.
Listen, I did not sleep every day in high school math to be an adult and do more math.
Right. Exactly.
I don't like it.
I don't even like doing social studies, man. So, anyways, Wanda tells me to grab a notepad and a pen. I'm like, all right, I ain't drawn a wiener pic in a while. I'll get right on it. She's like, no, we got to do this witchcraft stuff. So, I've been on that. I've never had to budget my money because, I was set when I got out with a good job, and I never had to look at my bank account, really, which sounds crazy, but I was blessed with a really good job, and I didn't have a lot of bills.
Yeah.
So with that, came a little bit of financial stability and flexibility, where I could kind of
Not give a fuck.
not give a fuck, dude. With the small amount of bills that I had and the good paycheck that I had, it was basically fuck you money.
Yeah.
For me, where I was in life. Now, I got fuck you bills. Big boy fuck you bills.
I felt that.
Oh, dude, I got
felt that.
fucking $600 phone bill.
Uh.
Like, you know what I mean? I got the 2 cars. I got everything, bro. It's everything. And they're just fucking, I'm talking about every day, dude.
Yeah.
Every day I'm getting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just berated. And, you know, what are you going to do? Witchcraft.
I feel it. Dude, I just had a complete emotional breakdown in my living room.
Yeah.
The good news is we're to the part of the story where we realized we weren't recording, so it's not like that much more is repeated.
Yeah.
Okay, so just bear with me, right?
I think,
So,
yeah.
you know, we not necessarily in our direct circle, but people that we associate with who associate with other people. I feel like everybody around us is making it rain with dollars everywhere they go. And like, I'm like, hey, is that a UFO up there? And then when they look, I'm like trying to pick up the dollars.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, I was talking to my wife about it, and I was like just starting to talk, and then like I started to break down.
Yeah.
And then she started to break down about it, right? And it wasn't all financial things, you know what I mean? But the nuts and bolts, and my wife had a really good point. She was like, you're comparing yourself to like everybody else.
It's human nature, though.
It is, but it's a dangerous spot to stay in, right?
Yeah.
Like, listen. I'll dabble with some depression.
Of course.
You know what I mean? When I'm sad, do I listen to upbeat music to bring me up out of it? No,
absolutely
I
not.
throw on Adele,
Right.
and I sit in a dark room,
Yeah.
and I weep.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to go down,
Yeah.
you know? And like I'll dabble in places like that, but then like I'm in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this comparative state that I've been in, I just kind of been hunkering down in, and that's not a good spot for me to be.
You're in a rut.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's like I'm just, you know, in that spot, and it's just like it's one of those seasons of life. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
You're in a pickle patch. That's what we call them.
Yeah.
In the business.
Yeah, pickle patch, dude.
Yeah.
And I got a bunch of cuts all over my feet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Vinegar soaked cuts. Never good.
Stingy.
Yeah, never good.
And so, you know, that's kind of, and ironically, I can call you, but I don't even have to say anything. I just call you and you're like, hello. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and you're like, it's okay, partner.
Yeah.
I know the feeling.
Yeah. We're going to get through this.
Yeah, no, we always do. We always do. But it's just, it's one of those things where I had to step back and ask the question, am I good enough? Right? Because that's how I felt. That's how it feels when, and I'm not going to name specific names, but you know, there's a bunch of people that kind of run in our circles that are like really have fuck you money.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm like, yo, but like they suck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, they don't suck.
Some of them do.
Some of them do, yeah.
Not all of them, of course, not
Yeah,
all of them.
yeah,
but
yeah.
but some of them, I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, you're a shit human being.
Right.
You're a shit human being. Like but I have to trust in the process. I have to stop comparing myself because again, my wife brought up another point. She was like, yeah, but look at their personal life. Shambles.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's just it was a weird spot to be in.
Yeah, and you're like, look at my personal life.
Shambles.
Yeah. Like,
I feel like my entire house is on fire in the morning.
Yeah.
My kids are chasing around giant stuffed animals with butcher knives.
just lunatics.
I feel like my wife is shooting at neighbors and the whole house is on fire. There's bombs going off and I'm just sitting there drinking coffee like,
Yeah.
Here's Monday again.
American Horror Story.
Yeah, dude. So, but we're going to get through it.
Yeah.
We always do.
Of course.
Don't know how.
Well,
You
one
know?
day at a time, partner.
Ugh, I hate
know what
that.
I mean?
I hate that so much. But on the flip side, you just picked up 6 years. Congratulations. That's a big deal.
6-piece McNug.
That's a big deal.
Speaking of McNugs, I posted a picture on our Instagram story.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's a buffalo-nugget.
Okay.
It's a buffalo-shaped McNugget.
It was shaped very much like a buffalo.
Yeah, had a dream about my mom last night.
Okay.
You know, she loved buffalo head nickels, and I find a buffalo
Chicken nugget.
a buffalo-nugget in my 10-piece today. So there's that. I guess I woke up screaming out of a sound sleep last night.
Ugh, that's
But
tough.
that tracks, you know?
Yeah, makes sense.
That tracks.
Makes sense.
That's par for the course for me.
Yeah. Something that, I hopped on the live when you were on your way over here and was just talking to people, and they want us to talk about relationships, dude.
Okay.
They want us to talk about relationships.
Okay. Don't do them.
All kinds of stuff.
Don't do them.
You heard it here first.
Don't
We love each and every one of you guys.
do them.
Burn the ships. Great app.
Burn the relationships. Fuck yeah, dude. I still got it. Okay? I still got it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Through the darkness,
Yeah.
unite them.
Oh shit, I forgot you were supposed to fucking talk your crazy Viking lingo for the whole episode. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
So there was a couple of different variations of it, right? One was
Right here for now, partner.
relationships in recovery. Another one was relationships after having kids, which is two completely different topics, but I figure we'll touch on them both.
Yeah.
Because it's here's the thing. A lot of guys apparently aren't really willing to talk about feelings and stuff.
Yeah.
And so, a majority of our fan base is of the female variety.
We can't get a guy to follow us to save our lives.
Oh my dude, I tried to.
Well, you guys please
Can you when your husband's sleeping
Speaking
or
of
your boyfriend's
relationships.
sleeping, can you just go on their phone and just hit the follow button on our YouTube or something?
Yeah.
I just checked the analytics. We got 3,700 followers. 3,695 are female.
Yeah.
We have 4 dudes, and then one of those pages that's a dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just a dog's account.
Yeah. Yeah, Milo, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking Milo. Shout out Milo.
Milo's been having issues, dog.
Yeah. He's going to
For
come
real.
on episode 83.
Can't lay off of them milk bones. It's a tough road.
The struggle is real.
Struggle's real.
So relationships, right? In recovery. It's an interesting subject because if you are like me and you were, I started getting high when I was fucking 13 years old.
Yep.
12 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you know what a relationship was back before that. If a girl sat next to you when the class was watching a National Geographic video, we go together.
Oh, are you kidding me, dude? One girl dropped her headband in class one time. I brought it home and put it around my pillow, and I dated that pillow for about... that was the longest relationship I'd ever been in before I was in this one here. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Oh, gotcha.
A good 6 months.
Yeah, I remember in middle school, the girls and the guys used to write I heart, and then they would do the number of your first name spelt out, so a number. So mine's Philip, so it would be 6.
Da Vinci Code, dog.
6, and then my last name's Adam, so then it would be 4. And I remember walking through the halls and I saw a girl that said I heart 64, and I was like, we go together.
Me too.
We go together.
As soon as I find out her last name, I heart that number too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just did I love infinity sign.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, dude, you ran out of room on your hand.
Oh my god, dude!
dude,
I sleeved up, dude.
Yeah, you look
7th
like
grade.
Buddy from Prison Break.
Yeah,
just a
dude.
bunch of...
I look like Memento, dude. You know what I mean? Just a bunch of digits all over me, dude.
Yeah.
No, but so that's literally up until the time my addiction started. That's what relationships looked like,
Yeah.
right? Might be able to sneak a kiss under the stairways.
Oh, love a good stairway kiss, bro. Under the bleachers.
Yeah.
God bless.
Hey,
boy.
listen, we had racquetball courts.
Yeah.
And for some reason, because I was always like, I'd like to get attention. So I'd walk through the lunch line, right?
Yeah.
And they had they used to call it Mexican pizza. I don't think you can call it that anymore. But it was like the little, like, it was a pizza, but it wasn't like your traditional red sauce, white cheese. It was like, whatever. And so I took it, and it had tape written on it, Mexican pizza, and I took it off and I put it on my shirt, right?
Oh.
So check it out.
Oh,
So check it out. So I went to the racquetball court with a female.
Yeah.
And we were doing a little smoochy smooch.
On the racquetball court?
On the racquetball court. It was right outside the gym, and it was like closed in. It was an outside racquetball court.
Yeah.
And they had really high concrete walls. And she
Yeah.
took the Mexican pizza tape off my shirt and stuck it on the racquetball wall, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't think nothing of it. And then she told her friends, "Oh, I was kissing Flip at the racquetball," and they were like, "No, you weren't." And then they're like, "Oh yeah, I bet you there's a piece of tape that says Mexican pizza that he was wearing on his shirt on the wall." Yeah, I got jammed up, dude.
Did you?
Yeah, dude. I got jammed up.
Like, there's no other way that piece of tape could. That was like definitive proof.
Well, that was like, I don't know why. I'm really trying to remember. I don't know why that was my thing. I was like the only one that did it, and it was like the off the cuff stuff.
Oh,
it wasn't
yeah.
like if it said chicken, I took the chicken.
You might as well have
It
left
was-
DNA.
Yeah,
in
no.
that, on that racquetball.
Oh, that
court.
was CCTV, dude. Yeah. That was me. 23andMe, dude.
Yeah, you're done for.
Yeah,
It's over.
dude. Yeah.
SVU.
Yeah.
Dun dun.
Yeah. So, but that's what relationships look like prior to recovery, right? Well, prior to addiction. And then in addiction, it wasn't even so much about relationships at that point. It was a transactional, like, nightmare.
Yeah.
Chaos, lying,
Yeah.
manipulation.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just everything, right?
Yeah.
And then you get into recovery and you're like, okay, I'm trying to do shit different now. And so, like, learning those relationships, it's basically, for me, it was learning a life skill all over, like from scratch. Like having no idea what a healthy relationship even looks like.
Yeah.
And there's hurdles and there's mistakes that get made and stuff like that. But, like, the one thing that I practiced was open and honest communication.
If you want to talk about some hurdles, try dating a Puerto Rican, Flip. I run hurdles every day, away from weapons. Okay?
I know.
Healthy relationship. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I love Wanda so much. She's so good to me.
Is she here? Is she here right now?
She might watch this. She's got hitters. She's got hitters out there still. So.
But relationships look a lot different in recovery than it did prior to, right? And so there's things like for me that like how I used to act in active addiction. If you did something that I didn't like, I would lash out. Not physically, right? But, like, I would do some fucked up shit, and then when you got mad about it, I'm like, oh, yeah, but you did this, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's that
Fuck
toxic
you.
shit.
Yeah, that's super toxic shit, right?
Yeah.
So then in recovery, it's like when me and Sierra were first dating, right? And I'm like, hey, you know, this makes me feel a little weird. Like, I don't really care for this feeling that I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay. She's like, I can understand that. She's like, we'll change it. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is where you're supposed to, like, call me an asshole and call me a piece of shit and, like, storm out and disappear for 36 hours.
Yeah, you're supposed to punch yourself and then call the cops and say that I hit you.
Yeah.
And then lie, tell them that you're pregnant so that I get hit with a battery on a pregnant woman. Like, this is, like, when does all that stuff start?
Yeah. And that's when, like, I started looking around for the cameras, like, they're trying to punk me.
Yeah.
And so
a piece of tape on the wall that says Mexican pizza.
yeah. And so and then vice versa. You know, she would tell me, like, hey, listen, this makes me a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, I'm sorry. I'll change it.
Yeah.
And it's so weird how much different relationships look in recovery, right?
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, right? Is I will say that there's still people that aren't necessarily willing to do that, right? Because just like for a long time, I didn't have the willingness to get clean. There's really people that think still drugs and alcohol are the only problem,
Right.
you know? So, in my humble opinion, you know, if you're new in recovery, don't get into a serious relationship.
Right.
When that time is ready, I think some very strict boundaries need to be placed.
Yeah.
Like what Sierra and I did, I said from the get-go, listen, like, I'm really serious about this recovery stuff. And, like, I know you are too. And I'm never going to tell you how to work your program. And I don't want you to ever tell me how to work mine. And listen, if I've had a long day and I need to go to a meeting and I come home and I'm like, hey, I need to go to a meeting, the minute you say, no, just stay here with me, don't go to a meeting, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. Like, I set that boundary from the get-go.
Right.
And, you know, I think that that's very, very important because it's still, you have to make that recovery a priority. Because anything you put before it, you'll lose.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think a lot of our ideas about relationships get lost once we start using, right?
Oh, God.
We grow up with our parents. Most people didn't really have too bad of a childhood that I've talked to in recovery that have like complete shit luck with, you know, significant others and shit like that. So like I think you know, I think we just you know, your morals, dude, your morals just go out the window and you're not really like, it's a selfish program, but it's a very selfish disease,
Monster.
right?
You're a zombie.
I don't give a fuck about anything, dog.
No.
I don't care.
No.
Really, it was just like a mutual partnership to try to not be sick.
It was a very Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah.
Without the, like,
Let's just try to not be sick.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that didn't even work.
No.
Because if I just got enough, or if she just had enough, you already know what it is.
Yeah.
You know, one of us is, there's only room on this boat for one, partner. You know what I mean?
Such a sick way.
It is.
Sick way to live.
It is.
It's gross.
So I think in that process of dealing with that type of shit for so long, and you just get used to that, you just, you know, you build that habit, those negative habits. It's hard to shake. It's hard to shake that once you get out.
I think another tough part of relationships is the willingness to, like, get vulnerable.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, in say when you're not 100% okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or say, like, when you made a mistake or you
Right.
fucked some shit up.
Right.
You know, because it's almost like our past becomes a reflex.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like lying becomes, it's like a reflex.
It's that trigger. Something
Yeah.
triggers that toxic shit starts coming back out.
Yeah, and so you really, like, for me, it was a work in progress. You know what I mean? It still is. I still have my days. I still have my moments. You know what I mean? But I think it's important to, if you're with somebody, if you're wanting to spend some time with somebody like that and build a future with them, there's a reason.
Yeah.
And you need to cherish that.
Yeah.
And you need to figure out whatever it is you can do to make it work, because, you know, like, even though my parents didn't stay together, your parents didn't stay together, like, back then, like, their parents,
Yeah.
like, there was no divorce.
There wasn't no divorce.
There wasn't no breaking up.
Both of my grandparents.
I feel like...
Dude, my papa on my mom's side, that was the only man my granny ever kissed.
That's wild.
First and last.
That's wild.
in her whole life.
That's wild. No racquetball.
No
racquetball sessions for her.
No Mexican pizza, nothing, dog. First and last.
Damn.
My other grandma and grandpa, grandma that just passed away, rest in peace, Grams. Dude, I remember going to like their 50th wedding anniversary when I was like, they went on a cruise. I think I was like, I don't know, I must have been like 10 or 11. But there was like this little, dude, that just brought me right back. There was a little girl on there. It's about the same age as me. Well, I went down to the ballroom. You know what I mean? Did a little waltz with her. Pretended like we were drunk in the elevator. For some reason, we just kept, I don't know, we were like pretending like we were drunk. It just goes to show you like where my life was going.
Yeah. When that's the behavior you're emulating.
That's the baseline right there.
Yep.
Smoking weed in about 364 days after that.
Yeah. But, it's in this day and age with social media, it's like, I feel like if you sneeze too hard, like, you're no longer in a relationship.
Cancel.
Your spouse is leaving you.
Yeah.
Like, I had to get rid of him. You heard what he did last Wednesday? Nah, girl, what'd he do? He sneezed, like, really loud. Like, it startled me. Oh, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's what it is. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, people don't even try to, like... People really don't try to just get in the paint and work some shit out.
Right.
They're so quick to just... There ain't even no time to burn this shit because they done jumped off that motherfucker.
Yeah, before it even hit the shore.
You know?
But really, were they ever on it?
Oh, God.
You know what I mean?
That's about as real as it gets.
Were they ever even on the ship to begin with?
That's about as real as it gets.
Because if you can't be with me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Okay?
That's that. And that's that.
And if I do something that offends you, or I do something that you don't like, and we can't talk it out and work through it, like, it was never meant to be in the first place. It was never built for, you know what I mean?
Longevity.
Distance,
Yeah.
longevity. Like, no. It was there for a good time, not a long time.
It was a season.
I know why.
It was a season.
Yeah.
I feel that. So, now fast forward, right? Because I do have a question for you. Somebody asked, relationship after kids, right? Now,
Yeah.
I know you had kids. We know how that went. But the relationship you're in now is interesting because you go into a situation where you are a step-parent.
Yeah.
Right? So what is that like? Because mine's a little different, right? Because when
Yeah, you were there from the jump.
Yeah, from like literally 10 months. 10 months old.
You
know what
caught
I mean?
him on the way out.
Yeah, I was there for his first steps. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like literally.
Yeah.
I was there when Sonny hit him in the face with a little bouncy basketball. Shout out Sonny. That's what Sonny does for fun. His little baby's in the face with little basketballs.
Santino Aquafino,
Yep.
boy.
Yep. I got the video to prove it. But, so that situation is a little different, right? So I'm curious as to like what that is like and kind of how that impacts your relationship.
With who?
I mean, since we're talking about relationships, I will say with Wanda.
Okay.
Right? But it also is kind of with...
Yeah, because I have multiple relationships in that situation.
Yeah.
I have a father-daughter relationship, and I have a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, right? And, like, honestly, what I would say is I would never think about, like, hurting that girl. You know what I mean? Like, that for me, that keeps me more on the straight and narrow than anything. You know, the idea of, like, because, she's had a rough go with things, dog. Like, I don't want to put Wanda's business out there, but they've had a rough go with things. Yeah. And it was tough at first because like I didn't know where my position was as far as like how much not effort I could put into it, but like how much I could like scold her, or like what was like, where was that line at?
Yeah.
Where like if I crossed it, I didn't want to cross it and then not be able to come back from that.
Yeah.
You know, so there was a couple times where I like sat, you know, each of them down individually, you know, and I like explained to Wanda, like, you know, this is where I'm at. I need to know like where we're at. But it really kind of like just came naturally, honestly.
When did you? How old was Aaliyah when you got started in her life?
She was
10, 11?
She was like 9.
So you know that's
No, she was like 9 or 10.
that's a little bit of a different scenario than me, because Jordan was 10 months and then we were together for 3-4 years, and then we had Ella.
Yeah.
Right? And so, like, for me, having 2 young kids, it puts a certain amount of stress on Sierra and I's relationship.
Right.
In a sense, right? Because, one, you don't have the privacy you used to have. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like that shit is worse than a scary movie. You know how like if you're in a house alone and you hear like a sound and you're like, oh shit, what's going on? Is that the boogeyman?
Yeah.
Right? Well, listen, I'm here to tell you. If you in bed with your significant other, you know.
Yeah,
Try a little touchy-feely.
Yeah, a little something.
Little grab ass.
Yeah.
And you hear that
grab ass.
and you hear that sound,
Yeah.
instant. Nothing
Oh, I'm about to ruin this child's life forever.
Nothing ruins a mood faster.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're soaking.
Oh. You know what I mean? Like one of them goddamn taser snakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
So that can be very difficult because it almost sucks the like passion out of the relationship.
Right.
Right? Because then it becomes like a scheduled time to do things.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, you can't do things between this hour and this hour. It's not like pre-kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You walk by and she's getting changed in the closet.
Oh, it's the Wild West.
Oh my God.
It's the Wild Wild West.
Oh my God.
You're just...
I'm Mexican pizza all over
yeah,
again.
bro. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Racquetball courts, like anywhere.
Anywhere. Yep.
Anytime.
Mm-hmm.
You have kids.
You're trying out new stuff.
You want to talk about a budget? Have some kids. You open the calendar. You're like, all right, September 28th. We have from 4:45 to 4:58. You think you can make that happen?
Can you squeeze that?
And you know what I mean. So it takes some of that. It takes the passion out of it.
Yeah, and that's tough with younger kids though too.
Yeah.
Like, Aaliyah, she's might be 13 years old.
But you know what though? Here's the thing. I think it's tough with older kids because like older kids they know better. You know what I mean? Like they know.
Yeah, no, she, for
you know
sure.
what I mean? Like you know.
For sure.
Like
she's mature for her age too. Like,
yeah. But like God forbid, like it ain't never happened. But like if Ella walked in, like I could like.
You could say.
You know what I mean?
And that's how you do a hucklebuck.
Yeah.
All right, and
so if anybody breaks in, this is what you do.
This is what you do.
Oh,
and,
I was just showing Mom how to protect you guys for when I'm not here.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like when they get old. When they get older, they're wiser. They know some things. Because think about it. When I was 10, I was watching scramble porn. I was watching scramble porn. I was up at 2 a.m. just to see a nip.
You ever hear your parents banging?
You know what? No.
Let's get into that. No?
No. Well, no. Never.
Me neither, dog.
Really?
Me neither.
Really? One time I had a friend, I had a friend, and I still feel bad about this to this day, and I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to embarrass him. But me and my other buddy went out to his house, and his mom lived out in Mayaca, and we knew she had some weed.
Yeah.
Right? And we were 12, 13 years old, and we were searching in a room trying to find this weed.
You banged his mom?
No.
Oh.
No. Pulled out this suitcase.
Yeah.
Right? Zzz, and I peek, and it was an ounce of some Crip Dang Buddha stank, right? And I was so excited. Right?
Yeah.
But beyond that was the most massive dong I've ever seen in my life.
No. No.
It was the size of
Don't look at me like that.
It was the size of my arm.
No.
It was the size. It was the length of my arm. And so what did I do?
Yeah.
What did I do?
Obviously, you took it out and used it as a lightsaber.
And chased him all over the house.
Why wouldn't you? Yeah. Why wouldn't you? Oh no!
I chased him all over the house.
You're sick,
I chased him all over the house, and he was so embarrassed.
Some are sicker than others, dog.
He was
you
so
smelled it. Stop.
He was
bro.
He was so embarrassed, and I felt so bad for him. You know what I mean? I still do.
Yeah.
You know, like, but so that's pretty much the closest that like I've come.
What? Pause. Dude, my fucking stomach, bro.
That's the closest that I've come to like hearing like adults or anything like that.
Yeah.
But like I said, I was watching, and keep in mind, we had Howard Stern in his prime when I was a kid, when he would have like chicks on that would strap themselves to speakers, and like he would.
I was going to watch a movie in my parents' room in California.
Oh.
And, I'm going whatever it is. I'm popping in Fantasia or something, whatever, Lion King. It was VHS.
Yeah, of course.
Built into the TV, right?
Damn, y'all had that money.
Well.
Yeah, y'all had money.
No, I mean.
That was the nice shit, dude. That was the
nice
shit. Yeah. That was the nice shit.
Like the small, like the little, it was like one of these joints.
Yeah, but it was like a multi-functioning thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, it didn't have like that's when you really had the money. When you had like the double banger, when the DVDs came out, and then you had the twofer, the VHS and DVD both built into the TV.
Nah.
Like, who are you?
Yeah.
What are you, Hugh Hefner?
Richie Rich.
Yeah, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
You just write a blank check and just...
You got McDonald's in your kitchen? What's going on?
Yeah.
Let me get some nugs.
Let me get some Buffalo Nuggets. So boom, I go in there, right?
Oh,
I got my movie time pants on, my jammies, and I go to pop the thing out, and I look at the label on it, and it says Queens of the Fat Bush.
Oh!
And I was like, yeah, Sonny will remember, dog.
Yeah.
Shout out Sonny, baby. He'll remember, dog. And like, so that VHS was like my dirty little secret. Bro, I rode that thing out for years, and nobody ever knew that I knew where it was or anything, bro.
Kept tabs on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I might as well have had a GPS tag on that air tag. Yeah, so, and there was definitely some fat bushes in there. You know how they got down back then.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. Damn,
Yeah.
that's wild.
Yeah, man.
I don't know how we got off on this path.
Introduction to...
I don't know how we got off on this path. We were supposed to be talking about what
relationships
are like after kids.
Well, this is it. Queens of the Fat Bush.
And freaking scheduling, intimate time.
Yeah. Can I ask you a personal question?
Of course.
What percentage of showers do you masturbate in? Honestly, be honest, bro.
Well, no, not right now. Right now, it's not. But like, if I'm in that zone,
Yeah.
If I'm in that zone, it's
99%.
yeah.
The watery dungeon.
Oh God. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what I think that comes from though is I think that comes from a lot of time incarcerated.
Jail time. Yeah,
A
of
lot,
course.
because that's literally the only escape you have.
Oh, that's it. That's the
it.
only dopamine rush that you're gonna get in there besides working out.
Yeah, I had a Buttman mag that I took to the law library in
Yeah.
why can't I think of it? Like cellophane the pages. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you laminate.
Laminated them. Laminated pages. I used to rent it out, but that was, we used to go together.
A little bit of toothpaste on the back, stick it to the wall.
I'm in there.
Yeah.
I'm in there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the Fat Puff magazines.
This is wild. This turned into a really weird thing.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and that's just how this goes, dog.
Yeah.
That's how this podcast goes, and we just, we go off, and
Yeah.
who knows if we're going to come back.
I don't.
Do I look like a boomerang?
Sometimes.
Sometimes I do.
Yeah. Sometimes you just bounce right back.
Right.
Like,
Not
damn.
right now.
Yeah. Damn, he reeled that in quick. Most of the time you just stay with a shovel.
Yeah.
Just dig a little deeper.
Yeah.
But I think when and I don't have this figured out. Right? So this is not like I'm giving you advice because it's worked for me. This is something that currently my wife and I are experiencing, that we are trying to work through. Now what I will say is we talk about it, right?
Communication.
It's
Key.
everything. It's everything.
Number one.
It's everything. It is everything, because without that, then, and I've experimented with it, right? Because like I haven't said anything, like when something's bothering me,
Yeah.
and then it'll eat at me. I'll talk to you about it.
Yeah.
I was in a bad way there for a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like she had no idea.
Yeah, some underlying issues.
Yeah, she had no idea. And
Right.
then, she's like, all right, good night, babe. I'm like, "Meh,
Good night. Good life.
meh,
Good life.
meh." You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
over here humping pillows and stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But like, and then when we talk about it, she's like, I can see that. She's like, well, this is kind of where I'm at.
Right.
And like, it all makes sense. Had I not got vulnerable and had that conversation with her, that like, yo, listen, like, I understand you have 97 professions that you're doing right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're,
Yeah,
about to fly to the moon. You're selling houses.
Yeah,
you're
Elon Musk.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, I need some things.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she's like, okay. She's like, I completely understand that. And she's like, I appreciate you talking to me about it. You know what I mean? Because she had no idea. It's still something that we're trying to work through because we do have young kids. You know what I mean? And you hear that sound.
Dude, Jordan's like a little ninja, bro.
Oh, my God, dude. He walks on the ceiling, dude.
Yeah, bro.
I walked into my bedroom the other day. He was on the ceiling fan just going round and round and round, dude. I didn't even notice him for like 5 minutes. Yeah. I laid down, dude, and I just closed my eyes. I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. And I just opened my eyes, and he just... I'm like, oh, my God. And then he goes, elbow drop.
Yeah.
Atomic
elbow.
Yeah, straight my sternum, dude.
Yeah.
So, that's that. But it's life. That's what it boils down to in any circumstance, and not just only relationships, in friendships, in working relationships,
Yeah.
in like boss employee situations. Like, communication is everything.
That's life.
Like, that's what it boils down to. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You and I have been in some sticky situations because we weren't communicating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then finally we talked, and then we're like, oh, okay, like, that was stupid.
That was stupid, yeah.
And that's 99% of the time what happens.
Yeah.
But we're so...
Almost did a drive-by on your house.
Yeah, we're so afraid to have that line of communication out of fear of judgment, or like, I don't want to sound stupid, or I don't want to sound desperate, or like, I don't want to come off the wrong way. And it's like, no, fuck that. Like, I'm living my life, and like, you're either here or you're not, right?
Right.
And so like, if something's bothering me, yo, check it out. I don't like this.
Yeah.
This is weird. Why are we doing this? You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, well, I see where you're coming from. That makes sense to me. I never looked at it that way. Like, problem solved.
Done.
You know what I mean? So it's interesting, but that's what, recovery in a nutshell boils down for me. It's about communicating, and not only communicating with outside people, but communicating with yourself. It's important to have that open and honest communication with yourself. It's vital.
Yeah.
It's vital.
Yeah.
How can I have open and honest dialogue with anybody if I can't even do it with myself?
Right.
It's impossible. It's impossible.
Yeah, I never thought about it like that. That's wild.
Yeah, that's just what it comes down to.
Yeah.
All right, so what else is shaking?
I don't know, man. To be honest with you.
Oh, I wanted to play that game.
What game?
The game Wanda got you.
Oh, yeah, that's at the house.
Yeah, next app.
I'll bring it.
Yeah.
Answer some questions, some recovery questions.
You know, I tried to find recovery questions online. It's more difficult than you would think.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, it's a big secret, which I don't agree with, but, it
Not
is
for
what
me.
it is.
Not for me.
Right.
You can ask old Betty at Publix.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean? Bagging my groceries.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And she,
She'll tell you, Flip spilled the beans.
yeah, and she ain't even all there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you know how Publix does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she got a little spittle right there.
Bro.
And I'm like, hey, Betty, guess what? She's like, paper or plastic? I'm like, Betty,
Problems. Yeah.
we ain't rolling with papers no more. All right? I'm clean and sober. 7.5 years. I used to be strung out on drugs. Yeah. And she's just like, you need help to your car?
Yeah.
And I'm like, Betty, you stay right here. I'm good to go. Thanks. Nice to meet you, Betty.
Paper or plastic, Betty. I used to shoot dope with pond water.
You know what I mean?
She's like, oh my God. I didn't sign up for this.
She's like, you're weird. I don't like you.
I didn't ask, sir.
She's like, I don't like you.
Make
it stop.
I knew I should have.
Make it stop.
I should have went to Winn-Dixie.
She's calling the manager over. You know what I mean? Manager like, what's going on here? I'm like, listen here, bud. You got your wallet on you? He said, yeah. I said, you're lucky. Because when I was using, you wouldn't.
You would have been robbed, don't me?
Make sure you keep all eyes on me. You got the cameras, point them at me. You know what I mean? Because I ain't taking none. But I would have.
Start quoting shit from the meetings.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how it is, though. You know what I mean? That's how I had to rock it.
Tell him to keep coming back. He's like,
Yeah.
I work here, sir. Like I have to.
Yeah.
It's my job.
Yeah, one day at a time. You know what I mean? Not fucking winking at people, air gunning, like.
Air guns.
So I'm not allowed back at Publix anymore. But that's you know,
Right.
that's besides the point.
That's life.
And that's that. I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think we
did it.
we rocked it.
We're
out.
back in it.
We're back in it. I made a little room. If you saw, I took some of the shoe
Yeah,
bins out of
it's
here.
nice in here, dude.
Yeah, we got some space.
It's roomy. I should have hit myself with one of them nasal sprays
Oh,
because I'm a little congested, but
You and me both.
that's all right.
Yeah. I cleaned my porch and cleaned out my garage today.
I'm proud of you, bro.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. Had to do something.
If all else fails today, at least you did that. And I think that's really important, dude. You do one thing productive a day, okay?
As much
then
as you don't want to.
As much as you don't want to. And the more you don't want to, the better.
Yeah.
Because that's going to make it that much sweeter when you get it done.
Feels so good
And if
when you get it done.
everything else goes wrong in the day, hey, at least I cleaned that porch. Or, hey, at least I went to the gym. Hey, at least I cut my toenails. You know what I mean? Or something that you've been really, that might be like
Putting
more
off.
of a personal thing towards like tailored towards me. But like,
Yeah.
you know, there's like certain things.
Yeah.
Hey, at least I didn't jerk off today.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it could be something like that, something that you refrain from doing. Hey, I didn't get high today.
That's a big one.
That's a huge one.
Yeah, no. Hey, listen, especially in sometimes it's hard for people to cut off those relationships, right? Like they know that relationship's toxic.
Right.
And they shouldn't go back to it.
Right.
Maybe that's something like,
Oh,
you know,
dude,
I'm
you
not
want to talk
gonna-
about a toxic relationship? Me and my wiener? Boy, oh boy.
That's an abusive relationship. Well,
That's that.
that's that. We love each and every one of you. Until next time, if you have today, give yourself and your higher power one of these.